Thanks for watching. I'm Prerna Agarwal, Technical Product Owner for The Guardian. Today we'll be giving you Guardian update of Sprint 98 that lasted from August 18 to August 29th. So just a quick overview of the agenda. We'll be talking about the Guardian roadmap. We'll be also talking about the issues that we tackled in Sprint 98. Then we'll be flipping over and giving you a short demo on Sprint 98. Then we'll be talking ahead of week of September 1st, which is Sprint 99, and we'll be also talking about the issues that we'll be tackling in Sprint 99. Then we'll be talking about the upcoming releases, and at the end we'll be also giving you some of the ways that you can either submit bugs or policy requests through various different channels. Talking about Guardian roadmap, so we are actually continuing on optimizing policy import and publishing performance in Guardian. We are trying to improve improvising the error handling for Excel schema imports. We are working on the payload shapefile ingestion, and at the end we are also working on implementing or improving a documentation for the best practices on the schema cycle. Talking about Sprint 98, so in Sprint 98 we committed to 38 story points and we delivered 43 story points, which include some of the bugs and tickets, which is 4986, change the information about the publishing schemas of the item, 5061 locations, data field enhancements. We also fixed a bug which is publishing tool page doesn't work correctly, 5175 optimizing performance of large angular form, 5222 export to Excel doesn't work for some schemas, 5056 dry run Savepoint to survive exit and policy editing. And at the end, we have also worked on the improvising the error handling for Excel schema imports. Let's look at Sprint 98 demo. So the one ticket what we'll be looking at today is 5056, which is dry run Savepoint to survive exit and policy editing. So the dry run Savepoints, which was introduced in ticket number 2838, have proven to be a very promising feature. However, the fact that Savepoints do not persist between dry run sessions is severely limiting its usefulness. So today what we would be doing also is we would be showing you how to enable the transparent and auditable methodology testing. So the target audience for this particular feature would be the standard setting bodies, methodology working groups, quality assurance reviewers, and digital MRV designers. So basically, when we digitize a complex climate and carbon methodology, such as those for forestry, agriculture, or energy, policy authors face the ongoing challenge of ensuring every calculation, logic step, and data requirement functions as intended across a range of real-world scenarios. But with Guardian's enhanced persistent dry run Savepoints, which is this feature, the methodology authors can now document and preserve test case scenarios, audit and review the updates, maintain a library of scenario Savepoints, and they can also easily manage the Savepoints. Now let's look at the demo. So as you can see that in this demo, I am a methodology developer who is working at digitizing a methodology. And in this case, as you can see, we are showing VM42 v2.1 version, as this methodology is a foundation for meaningful participation in carbon markets with trust and accountability. So when I start digitizing this methodology, I often need to design and test draft policies before they are finalized. So during this process, it's common to exit unexpectedly or revisit prior work. So this is where the dry run Savepoints become critical. They will allow me to capture the exact state of the policy design so that I can safely exit and later continue from where I left off without having a start over. Now let me see how I can actually digitize this methodology and use the Savepoints during my digitization and saving it. So as you can see right now, I am a standard body over here and a methodology author. And then, so what I would do in the first case is I would actually like to save my current initial setup of my methodology, because as I don't see any errors over here, I would just like to save my first initial setup of the methodology. So I would just click on that save point and then add a name to the save point, initial methodology setup, and then I click on add. So now as you can see that I did create that. And then now as this particular methodology involves two more roles, which is the project developer, and also the verifier. So I would just like to create two more users in the dry run because I am a methodology author. And then if a project developer wants to access this particular methodology, I have to first create a role for them so that they can access it via their role. So let me create one more user when I click on create user. And then as you can see there, I have the virtual user one created. And I would also like to create one more user. So I would have now two users, which is virtual user one and virtual user two. So this was my first initial setup. Now I would act as a senior project manager of the Green Earth Carbon Solutions who would like to register as a project developer to submit the BRA3C project, as this project seeks to implement the soil management practices. Because if my system crashes or have some network issues after my project got approved by standards body, it would be easy for me to recover. So I would just assign as a project proponent. And now here I would actually first need to register my project, my role. So in order to do that, I need to submit my registration form. So if you go to our GitHub repo, you would be able to see a project proponent account registration txt, which is nothing but a JSON file. So you can just copy this. And then if you go here and go to console, you can just paste that and click on enter. So as you can see that this is an easiest way for us to enter the data. In case like if your form is big, you can just do this. So I just register myself as a senior project manager, and then I click on submit. Now I'll be as a project developer, a project proponent, I would be just waiting for an approval from the methodology author, which is standard body. Now again, I go back, and if you see, I have received the registration account or a project proponent account verification from them. I just review this document as a standard body, and then if everything looks good, I approve it. Now, I would like to actually save my second save point over here saying that project proponent has been accepted, approved. So now as you can see that I have done two save points. One is the initial startup and the second is this. Now I would like to actually see both of them and then restore my initial first step if I would like to again see if I can just start with the new flow. So I go to the save point, I click on restore and see if you see that you do have both the things already been added over here. So I would actually, so my initial, the current one is project proponent approved. So as I am already there, I would not be able to delete the current save point which I am in. So if I want to delete the one save point, I shouldn't be in that. I have to navigate to the other one. So if for example, assume that I want to delete the project proponent approved, I would first like to go to the second one by clicking on apply. And now I would be able to delete the first one. So if I delete this, but before that, I just wanted to make sure that I show you how the save points are applied. So as we are in the initial methodology setup, you would not be able to see that the project proponent has been approved because this was the initial setup. And here even you see that the users are not created, which means that we are able to successfully restore our save points. Now assume that I don't want the save point to be there. I can click on delete. And then as you can see, my save point has been deleted. There is one more option for a methodology author for me is I can delete all the save points at once. But again, the save point which I am in would not be able to be deleted. The next thing what I noticed over here in Guardian Save Points feature is I would not be able to create more than 5 for now, indicating that it's a good feature and a good limitation because I would not I would not be allowed to do my memory a high volume, and I would like to limit that to 5 for now. And if I need, I would like to propose that later, but for now, I am good with 5 of them. So this was a quick demo as a methodology author and a project developer where we can actually benefit from the save point feature. So to get more information, you can also look at documentation. If you go to docs.hedera.com, under policies, we have the save point section where you can actually see all the step-by-step process, and you can also see all the APIs related to that particular methodology and the feature. So that was a demo on Sprint 98. Looking ahead of week of September 1st, which is Sprint 99. So currently we are committing to 50 story points, and we are working on 5120 optimizing policy import and publish performance. We are also working on adding an option to hide some buttons in case of policy discontinuation. Then we are also working on 5045, which is make texting easier for subflows. And we are also fixing a bug where when you upgrade the Guardian to 3.x fails with secret or private key must have a value. Then 5042 Guardian form UI improvements, and at the end ingestion payload shapefile, which is 5046. Talking about our upcoming releases, our last release was on Thursday, July 31st, 2025. Our next release will be on Friday, October 31st, 2025. So there are multiple ways to reach out to us. You can reach out to us on GitHub. You can submit policy requests, enhancements, or if you have any bugs, please submit it through our GitHub. Or if you haven't joined our Discord, feel free to join, visit hedera.com/discord and search for sustainability channel. Or you can directly reach out to us by emailing us at info@envisionblockchain.com or through our website, which is www.envisionblockchain.com. Thank you. Have a great day.